Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we're finding, learning, turning the great strategy games. And one of the greatest already is Gary Grigsby's War and the East 2, and we continue on our defensive part of the game. If you ever wondered what it was like to play defense, you were like, well, I only play the Axis for the first 10 turns. That's the fun part. Well, if you ever wondered what it's like to be in retreat, you're seeing it. We're doing the best we can. It's a fluid defense. I don't like that. I'd much rather be in forts and, tucked away in cities, things like that, but trying to do the best we can. Hello to all the lovable rogues that make up my audience. How are you guys today? Good to see you. It's 3 o'clock again, and my time. And as Nord has pointed out, can I just call you Nord, or do I have to say the Nord Hammer? I'm just going to say the Nord has pointed out. Maybe I should start saying these start at 3. It's just all it's based on my job. Sometimes some days I can do it at 4 or at well, I guess it's 2:30 my time. I operate on Chicago time, even though I live on the West Coast. Yes, M60. I know we're not going to merge anymore. Well, we're going to merge one more unit. Now, I've done the count, and with the reinforcements we've actually got more units on the map now than we did when we started. So if we could mount an offensive in 41, we can mount one in 42. We've gotten enough reinforcements on the map. Now, I do understand the argument that you're making, and there's no right or wrong per se. I mean, I guess it's just a different point of view, which is, when I've got a unit with 2 to 3,000 men that's somewhere near the front, and it's near another unit with only 2 to 3,000 men left. I'm talking about a division. Um, Rather than have them get completely obliterated or shattered, on the off chance that they could withstand an attack if they merged, that's where I'm trying to do it. Now, I do understand what you're saying about the Panzer units. We will be down, I think, one Panzer division even after reinforcements, given the merge I did in the north. But point taken. I'm not going to sit around and just merge everything into where we've got full size divisions everywhere. I'm trying to be halfway specific particular. I don't know the word. I need a thesaurus. Hey, what's up, Kalo? So we got David Bartello, Michael F, Kalo, Nordhammer in the house. Thanks for joining me on this very nice Thursday, at least in California, I can say. I always forget to do this. I do want to thank you all for all of the support. Now, when I went into this, I didn't know my business plan should be to get my ass kicked in a game. But it actually seems to make viewership go up. So little did I know that there could be some entertainment found from the AI thrashing us about a bit. Maybe I'll keep that in mind in the other games I play on the channel. Um, but thank you for all the support. We continue to grow like crazy. I get notifications from YouTube. You're one of the fastest growing, blah, 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 blah. That's all you guys. I'm glad you enjoy the content. Probably you just enjoy the games and you're like, just shut up and play the game. That's fine. I try to just throw in commentary where I can. Um, but I do appreciate it. Now, as part of that, if you like the content, hit the like button or subscribe if you haven't subscribed. That's all I ask. This is not a monetary pursuit for me. Let's put it that way. Just so you guys know, I was always curious before I started a YouTube channel, like, I don't know, what are these guys making like millions of dollars? Well, I think like if a guy like Ninja or somebody that's got 1 million subscribers is making a very good living. On average, this channel at this size makes about $8 a day. So I'm not doing it for the money. Let's put it that way. YouTube is they're making a lot of money. I don't know. I look at those Google results; they're doing fine. It's like $6 or $8 a day. So the only remuneration I get is your likes on the videos if you like them. It lets me know what you like on the channel. So anyway, thank you for all of the support. The question also came up: what other streamers do I like? Some people have asked me, who would you recommend watching, whatever. Well, we have one of the subs that drops by from time to time, XTRG. I always like to watch XTRG. He's very, very precise, and I like that. It's, the little bit of German I have in me. My grandmother was German. Um, eh, Very much appreciates his precision. So, historical gamer is very good. I love Das Tactic. If you ever just. uh, Das Tactic, I've never met him in person, but just seems like the nicest guy in the world. I hope I get to someday. He's great. Now, people that are outside of our genre, per se, war games seems to be the genre that we have around here. So far, anyway. I really like Raptor. If like survival games, building your little colony games, he's great. I love to watch Party Elite play Planet Zoo. So if you're interested in watching a rhinoceros uh, pin be put up, he's a lot of fun to watch on that. Splattercat Gaming. You guys should all subscribe to Splattercat. He's great. All he does are independent games. He does a new one every day or two, and it's really good. All right, let's jump into it. I always like to give a few minutes. I just ramble on while I make sure everybody that wants to watch today knows that I'm up and we're running. Let's go look at the map. Now, we already looked at some of the stats, right? We lost a lot of people off the map, 101,759 guns, 363 AFVs. Boo. The Soviets, of course, gained a lot. They always do. What do our reinforcements look like this time? Well, we've got a new replacement Panzer battalion that went into the reserves. We got a flak battalion, and the 18th replacement Panzer battalion also went into the reserves. So we've got a lot of those replacement Panzer battalions. There's really, I don't think it makes sense to bring them on now, right? We everywhere with it, we have Panzers. They're either under threat or they're in bad weather. So I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to bring them on now. We looked at the charts last time. That again, if you're in the stock market, buy the dip, buy the dip. Uh, Total men, we're now, I think. Oh, we've still got more men than the Soviets. Okay, well, that's total. Sure. Soviets, pulling away in guns. M60 brought up the point that I guess that we haven't played the Soviet side yet. I guess it's kind of like the first game. They go back to form new battalions here. You may notice that drop off. That wasn't us just destroying tanks. They actually just kind of pulled into their reserves or however they do that. We'll figure that out when we play the Soviet side. Which is always fun. You get to make some guards units, and there's a little more hands-on with your units. I feel like on the Soviet side. Let's while I'm talking, let's just run the air directives. Well, before we do that, let's just always check the weather first to make sure we don't want to bring any aircraft in. This is the weather on the ground. We still have heavy snow. We've got just regular snow out here. We do have mud emerging. Let's have it move east. Come on, mud. Move east. Weather in the air. We've got blizzard conditions everywhere. Look at that. That's kind of thing that your therapist shows you, and you ask you what you see. I see pain for the German army. Next turn looks like we'll have. I was gonna make a joke. I won't say that. I don't know. I think that the channel is about 99% men, but I don't want to offend anyone. Anyway, so we've got double blizzards out here on the ground. It will be snow and light snow again. Did that creep? I don't know. Did that mud creep? Let's hope it did. Uh, okay. I mean, that's the weather. That's kind of the situation. We don't really have any units to bring onto the map this time. I'm holding those Panzer battalions back. We'll go look at the reserves. We're going to be putting quite a bit of Fourth Army into, well, what we can into reserves this turn. It's essentially not a fighting force anymore, so we may as well get it back to reserves. The only thing to think about with that is once they go into reserves, they are going to get priority. Um, you may want things on the map to get priority, but essentially those things have to go back to the reserves. I mean, they don't have anything left. They don't have any ammunition. They're not in very good supply, although they are getting closer to Vitebsk. They've got like 3 to 5 to maybe 6,000 men in a lot of those divisions, so no use in keeping them on the map. So we'll get them back. Hopefully, get a brand new Fourth Army come the spring. That'll be fun. Um, Auckland asking about a good tutorial war in the Pacific for Japan. I think XTRG played Japan, the Japanese side. I could be wrong about that, but I seem to remember watching some episodes of that a couple of years back. I'm pretty sure if you check out XTR's channel, XTRG's channel, he has played the Japanese side, and he is very thorough. So I would go check that out. Um, don't cry, Nord. Don't cry. Don't you cry. There's no crying in warfare, right? Or baseball, or baseball. Okay, let's go to the north. Now we have we have this Panzer division now. Hey, we've got 18,000 men in it and 68 non-operational tanks. Now this caused a lot of angst. I understand that. My concern was is that if I left them separate, they would have absolutely gotten completely obliterated. I see the other side of the argument. I could have left them independent, just 3 divisions here, and maybe they just would have retreated. It's possible. I mean, maybe not even possible. It's probable. But I wasn't willing to take the chance that they would just absolutely shatter. And so I kept them. I merged them. It's just a difference in philosophy. It is what it is. Now, this time, I'm just going to get this out of the way to start with so nobody yells at me too much. 253rd ID and 121st ID have about 2,500 men each. I'm going to merge them. And then I promise you, we'll stop merging units. We still have more infantry on the map as far as divisions go than we did during our sweep through the Soviet Union. Our tour, we're now making the return of the tour, but I'm going to put those two together. They're just not even, they're still not a functional fighting force. And I get that, yeah, they would rebuild, but I mean, at some point, they're nothing. I mean, they're essentially nothing. I even contemplated disbanding some units, but I'm not going to do that. All right, let's move the motorized as much as we can. So this motorized has like 3,000 men. All right, let's get him back on the road. I'd love to take him into Talon if we can get him there. Let's see if we can. We've got all headquarters there. This unit has 3,700 men. We'll just stack him there. All right, this has 4,700 men. We'll just stack him there. And we'll start trying to build a line. Now, if the Soviets get close to here, we'll actually move these guys back. I mean, they're not going to be our front line, but for now, we'll have them start at least trying to build up some kind of fortification level that we can move into. Totenkopf. Totenkopf still has like 8,600 men. It's a half strength division at this point. We'll get him back. Well, let's wait on him. We've got 36 motorized that doesn't have a whole hell of a lot left. The question is, I don't really. He could go there, but I've got to move a headquarters. Okay, let's move 10th Corps back one. Okay. That's 36 motorized. All right, we'll stack them right there for now. I'm going to try to get all of these out of here as far as I can. Move them down the road. You see the road network. This is the one road that goes across the Narva River. We're going to keep them on the road, and anything that's got mechanical devices in it, essentially, or a predominance of them, we're going to try to get back into Talon. We now have a lot less Panzer divisions to try to move back there. That was my attempt at a joke. Um, 01, 01. Okay, okay. Now we've got this Panzer division, 1st Panzer. None of these tanks are operational, but he still does have 7,800 men. What I'm going to do is try to skip these guys. Okay, so the Polizia division is the weakest out of these by far. And so we're going to try to take him back. Let's just make sure I've only picked him up. You know what? Let's undo that. Let's let's move another one of these headquarters. 16th Army. Let's get 16th Army moving down the road here. So he'll kind of arc out there, but 16th Army is going to move around here for. Does that make sense? Actually, let's back that up. Let's move 16th Army back on this depot. There we go. There we go. That makes a lot more sense because 16th is kind of moving this way. All right. And now then, Totenkopf. Well, let's hold on. Let's move this Panzer division first. All right. So we'll get the Panzer division out of here. We'll stack him with that motorized for now, but we're going to try again. We're going to try to get him all back to Talon. He can only go 1 hex, and he goes on top of that infantry. I'm going to leave this infantry here for right now. This infantry, so these guys, we've got 8,300, 12, so like 20,000 men, and now this Panzer division at least has a lot of men. It doesn't have, none of this armor works. It's all damaged or disabled, whatever you want to call it. None of it's, you know, going to do much other than it's just got manpower. And so hopefully that stack can hold on, protect the panzers. This stack I'm going to leave right here. We've got 11,000, I don't know, 21, 22,000 men there. We've got this triple stack, 49, 11, about 20,000 men there. Now, they don't have much ammunition. They don't have much of anything. They're fatigued. I'm not going to move them. Now we've got the Finns here. Let's make sure. All right, let's move this headquarters back. That's 42nd. That's Harpe. All right, let's put that in there. Where is this other unit's headquarters? Hold on. Oh, it's straight back to 16th Army. Okay, well, let's put him in 42nd then. No, I've got 10th Corps. Oh, am I crazy? Ah, there's the orange line. I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? Okay, so that's 10th Corps as well. 10th Corps also commands this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but he's got no more movement points. Okay, that's what's going on. Got it. Totenkopf, I just need to get him out of here. I'm tempted to stack him somewhere just because he's got 8,600 men. But for now, I'm just going to bring him back here as far as I can, let it rest a little bit. Maybe he'll be the unit we try to send back out here to stop something. I don't know what it's going to stop. But anyway, all right. So my idea in the north here is essentially if he wants to go towards the 2 lakes here through the woods, which will slow him down, fine. I'm going to essentially vacate this area. All right. That does mean we're going to have to give up this depot. I understand that. We're going to let's go ahead and move this rail, by the way. All right. He's moving. It's not fast. The rail repair doesn't cost a whole lot. It's just moving from hex to hex out in the blizzard trying to repair rail. That doesn't sound like the best job in the world. I don't know. I'm going to let the 1 Finn unit sit here. All right. Now this unit can back up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're going to back him up. Maybe back him up even a little further. Put him out here. So the Finns are in command. This is Schubert, of course, one of our worst generals. We end up with our best units. We'll have to fix that. Now, I'm tempted to do an attack there just to see if we can run him off, but I don't want to wear this unit down at all because this is a pretty strong unit. I don't want them to break through this way. I want them to come this way. This is the slowest way for them to advance, right? Um, what is our fort level here? Do we even have one? No. All right, and we're getting only 1,700 in freight out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 206. So these guys, this is like 20,000 men. They're holding up fairly well. And I'm going to bring them down here a long ways. This is going to be a hell of a march. So I'm going to take those two and put them down here. All right, so now they're stacked there. And I'm going to take the Panzer Division and move it back into Pskov. I would have loved to get into this mini fort level. He's built it up to 36%, but ultimately we got to get the Panzer divisions out of the outside, out of the elements, all right? So we're going to move him all the way down here. That's fine. All right, your headquarters is all the way up here. Now he's also commanding these guys, so I think I'm going to have to like shift around the command a little bit. So let's bring him up here to stack with something. He's got the Finn units, but they're going to drop to here so that I at least keep the fort level. Von Manstein, let's move him up this way. I can't stack. Okay, let's put him there. All right, so von Manstein up there. The Finns drop to here for this turn anyway. All right, so they're in command. They're not, they are in command. Von Chapuis, our whole strategy in the north now relies on the guy I gave so much shit, Von Chapuis. But it is what it is. 38th Corps. All right, they're gonna all have to go into 38th Corps just so they get some support if they need. Well, they're gonna need it. Let me tell you. 38th Corps. All right, there we go. Okay. Alrighty, well, we'll see if he advances. If he doesn't advance, we'll try to jump into this fort level. Now it will degrade, but I just couldn't get all the way down here, and I've got to get that Panzer out of here. I've just put that down here to block for a turn. Back to the city it goes. It's got 141 Panzers. I'm not going to pull. I mean, if I was going to pull something out of, mothballs, either fifth or seventh. Oh, that reminds me. Let's go to the reserves and just go look at them very, very quickly. Um, on the ground now, we have all of these replacement Panzer battalions, and if we scoot out and then scoot back in, we can see how many tanks they actually have in them right now. 67, 60, 3, 3, 11, 38, 11. Okay, so these two right here, 10th and 11th, they're ready to deploy. But I don't, I mean, we could, to the extent something is like sitting in Pskov, you could do it, but we're going to have other units that need them more. I would much rather they get them. For instance, these two Panzer divisions that we have out here now, the one here and the one here, what is that? Second Panzer and First Panzer, they're going to need them a lot more. So I'm just going to wait as long as we can. I mean, look, if he pushes too hard on Pskov, we got to do what we got to do, right? Okay, so now they're back into this fort level. We've lost this depot, but that's okay. It can come into Pskov and freight them. As a matter of fact, it's probably going to be more efficient out of Pskov. It's a bigger rail yard, etc. We've moved these guys to the extent we can. We're getting more things back here to the Narva line. Motorized is going to go to Talon. We've moved the railroad. We've got 4th Panzer Army that's just kind of, what the hell is it doing? I don't know. It's just kind of hanging out here. I was going to move him down this way, but actually let's have him be the unit that comes up here and helps with, maybe this depot in Talon. Maybe we'll switch places. I don't know, but let's bring him back up here. I think that's what I want. I mean, ultimately, I want him to come right through here or try to push through here. So we're going to defend down here to the extent we can. I'm trying not to march people that I don't have to. Let them build up a little bit. Let's look at the defense. I mean, it's a 4, a 1, a 4. We're not talking about big defense, except for the Finns. They've got a 26, a 29 for this one division on the defense, a 14, a 7. These are essentially non-operational units at this point. Okay, hey, we got a brand new, and that's kind of the north. I don't really know what else to say about it. I mean, we can make sure people have got. Maybe he needs another shit. I don't know. Let's give him a howitzer, heavy howitzer. Eh, nah. Actually, I think he's fine. He's got 3 artillery units. That should be fine. Von Chapuis might be the guy that needs something. He's got heavy howitzer. Uh, let's give him the Norway SS Infantry Battalion. Sure. Um, and we'll give him another howitzer. He's going to be under, constant attack and threat here, so we may as well give him some stuff. I think that'll do it. Von Manstein still got his stuff. He's got a little bit. Mixed artillery, howitzer, Werfer. He can fire some rockets for fun. He's got a lot of flak. Okay, fine. Let's go down to the north. Let's take logistics off for a moment anyway. It's all, we know where the logistics hubs are, right? I mean, it's Veliky Luki, Smolensk, Vitebsk. I mean, Vitebsk and Veliky Luki are the two important ones right now. Um, and, Minsk, obviously. So we're getting stuff into Minsk, but those are the 3 things in the center that are supplying anything. Let's look at the north of the center. Now, we did get this reinforcement in, and it's kind of just a matter of where do we want to put it. We did merge in enough to some of your chagrin that we've got plenty of command points now. Yeah, level 0 entrenchments are the snow. Indeed, that we're entrenched. We're knee deep in snow. Indeed. How funny. Um, okay, we did get a reinforcement in here into Veliky Luki. Who do we want to put him with? Well, we've got Wadrig out here, who I've talked crap about. Weiss is actually quite good. I guess I'll put him with Weiss. 208th. Weiss's guys are a little to the east here. Hey, he's kind of got them spread around these different fortifications. Wadrig isn't nearly as good. So we're going to put this in 6th Corps with Weiss. There we go. All right. Logistics back on for a second. So 4-1, we've got this, the game loves to build these little 1 depots right next to a big depot. That's fine. I mean, it passes. You can see it received this much, it sent on this much. It's not like it's storing anything, so I don't really care. Um, as long as a depot isn't storing something right now, I'm pretty happy with it. We've got the 2 motorized units out here. I don't want them out there, obviously. Let's try to move this unit. Okay, it can get there, which is good. I almost really want it there. What kind of fort level do we have here? 4%. Well, 4% isn't getting us anywhere, really. So let's put that infantry right there. Let's back the motorized back into Veliky Luki. Let's build a fortified zone. Okay. I mean, that's a full strength unit right off the printing presses. Let's hope he can hold on out here. This is, I mean, for this time, this is a fairly strong unit. Now, this motorized, I think I'm just going to leave it right here. It's trying to build a fort level. It's up to 2%. Fantastic. Well, that's not going to do us a whole hell of a lot of good. But right now it's within 2 hexes. You know, I like to do two, every other hex for zone of control. I think all of this looks fine. I mean, it's it's just trying to hold on. So, but I think it looks okay. Let's put it that way. Now, we moved all of these units back. Oh, you know what? Very quickly, let me make sure Weiss has got a decent assortment. He does. He's got, 4 artillery battalions, couple of pioneers, couple of construction, and a Werfer battalion. That's fine. What does Wadrig have? All right, he's got 3 artillery. That's okay. That looks fine. Now we had to move these, units back. Let's get the actual ID on top. 6170. That's not going to hold anything, obviously. More than anything, he's just back here resting. I mean, he's still got 73 fatigue. I think he's sat here for a turn or two. This is down to 40 fatigue. Yay! 8,500 men. If he wants to drive through here, this is the worst terrain. This is really the worst terrain up here, but you can't let him take Valeki Luki if you can help it. So I would much rather he drive this way. Now, we can't let him connect. That probably goes without saying, but I would much rather he drive this way than drive, straight through us here. So we've got these kind of holding units out here, holding on to what I'm not sure, but they're out here. 5920 and 3551. Okay. Well, let's see. We've got a fort here with a relatively speaking decent unit, 10,000 men. This is part of that 2nd Panzer group that's infantry. Well, let's back up. Let's back up here first. And maybe actually what I should do very first is send things off. Now we're on the rail, or at least we should be. Let's make sure. There's the rail. Okay, so we are on the rail right here. We actually have a secondary rail unit that's building that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Let's take this unit, 131st Infantry Division, and let's send that off to the reserves. All right. This one's 5334. Anything under like 6,000, I'm going to try to put back in the reserves just because, I mean, we've got a lot of units back here. If any of these 4th Army units have, I don't know, 7 or 8,000 men, we may try to use them, but there aren't many that do. So, we'll send them off to the reserves when they're 24, 41. I mean, these things just got absolutely chewed up on the 5100 transfer unit, Axis reserves. On the retreat, I should say attempted retreat out of Moscow. These things just got absolutely chewed up. So off to the reserves they go. Hopefully we can bring them back into a decent fighting shape. I don't know how long it'll take. I don't know. It's the first time through the game, right? Hopefully it's a couple of turns. Maybe it takes till the spring. I just don't know yet until we play a little bit more of the game. All right. This is this 27th Corps. He keeps confusing me. Okay. This 4th Army unit has 8,500 men. Hey, it's actually got 44% of its TOE. Wow. But it's got no ammunition. So I'm not sure it's going to do any good, but we'll leave that one here. It's kind of we're taking the worst of the worst. So now he's going to come down here. We'll transfer him into the reserves. Off he goes. What do we have here? 4,100. All right, we'll take him to the rail. And off to the reserve. Oh, not to Finland. Don't send him to Finland. That would have been a disaster. I don't even think we can do that because we're not in control of the theater boxes. But it gave me a heart palpitation when I almost clicked on Finland there. 6722. That ain't gonna cut it, boys. Wow, the Flieger division just got absolutely mauled out here. Can he transfer? Nah, he doesn't have enough movement points to transfer. 3907, that's not going to do it either. Let's get him back here to the rail for next time. 27th Corps, he's commanding these units up here. I'm just going to move him up for a second. What is this? 217th ID. Let's put him in the reserves. Off he goes. Wow, they're thinning out here. It looked like we had so much. Same idea here. We'll send them back next time. It's essentially all of Fourth Army. We have a few units. I mean, even these units, at least they have a little ammunition. But I don't want them guarding this. I can tell you that much. So let's get them. Let's see. Oh, 80. Yeah, this is the one I just looked at. 8,500. Are they sitting in a fort? They are, but I don't think I like. Do I like this fort or not? Yeah, I think maybe. Well, there's too much gap there, but that's how I set it up. Let's go back. Ninth Corps. Well, he can back up. Let's back him up. I don't know why Fourth Army keeps janking around. There we go. Get in there. All right. 63 and 56. All right. We'll take them back here. Don't forget, we've got 8,000 there. We're probably going to have to use him. Not that I want to, but desperate times causes desperate measures, calls for desperate measures. All right. So this infantry, the Panzer infantry, let's put in that fortification with the other Panzer infantry. I mean, it's like 15,000 men. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. This has 10,000. I'm actually going to put that directly in Smolensk for now. And I'm going to take the, what else do we have back here? Oh, we got a bunch of units that need to go to the reserves. All right. Back it on up. One, two. Modal waves goodbye to his friends. We had really high hopes when we brought them east, did we not? Okay. This has to be sent back. I'll just put him back there. All right. Off you go. And then I'll put this unit. So pretty much all of First Corps just got completely mangled. All right. Let's take the one unit that's got 8,000. Let's put him there. And then we'll take a unit that's got 6,000. Oh, they can't move. Okay, next turn we'll try to put them. Do I want to do that then? Will they get here? Oh, you know what? We got to move these guys anyway. Let's put 5,900 in here. Eh, that's fine. Okay, 5,900 in there. We'll put this. Actually, I'm going to get him out of there. He's not even a fighting force anymore. Let's put 8,500 in there. And let's put 6,700 in there. Okay, so we got a little crescent here. I guess if he wants to go through here, he can. We'll see if he does. Now, who do you lead, my friend? This is Fombacher. All right. Most of his entire corps is pretty much back in reserves now. This is Heinrique, I believe, 43rd. We'll just sit him right there for now. This is 13th Corps. They're all going back to reserves. That's Zorn. Interesting. You know what? We haven't been I do offline sometimes, but I haven't been reading the entire report. I think that OKH replaced somebody out here with Zorn because I don't think I put Zorn in here. Let's stack him with a couple of his units there. 53rd Corps. All right, these are his homeboys. 12th. Okay, he's right on top of that. All right, so I think we kind of we got rid of some of the congestion. How about that? So yeah. Um, Yeah, we're getting people out for supply purposes. We're just, I mean, look, I know it's desperate, so it's kind of fight to the last man, but some of those have to go back to reserves because they're not even a fighting force anymore. Um, All right, on we go. On we go. I've got to put my thinking cap on. All right, so we've got this built out here to the best we can, I believe. We've got some motorized units that really need to be in an urban area or a city area, but they're not because they have got to be out here for now. We've got a panzer division. They're trying to build a fort level. Let's see how far they've got. Now they keep getting attacked, so that knocks down the fort level, but they're up to 26%. Okay. I mean, it's not great. What do we have going on in Smolensk? We'll click on those units. We've got 45th ID. We've got 18th Panzer. These guys have been sitting here for a while. Let's go look at their elements and see, how many tanks we've got actually ready. Not too many. Not too many. I was expecting maybe a couple more than that. Let's look at 3rd Panzer. He's got 43 Js. Now, I did put one of the replacement battalions in there, so that's a little misleading. He's not really rebuilding his own or getting any from production. So, I mean, this is kind of just uh, it's a better infantry unit than a normal infantry unit with a few tanks. I mean, it's not really a panzer division at this point. But we've just got to try to hold here with what we've got. So we're going to do that. 35th ID, we will be sending that back. All right, as we go along here, 93rd ID needs to go back if he can. When I say go back, I'm talking about going back into the reserves. So I'll just move him up there for now. I plan on coming around here, so I don't think any of these really weak units will be at risk. Famous last words, right? But I don't think so. Let's actually see if we can transfer that one out this time. Nope, not enough movement points. All right. So when you're thinking about putting things in reserve, how does that work? You got to have them on a rail that connects, back to the back. So back to Berlin. I don't know if it has to be all the way back to Berlin, but your back rail is fine by now. Essentially, you have to have a working rail to the Polish border to get them out of to get them into reserves. Um, the old Polish border, uh, you got to do that. When they go back, they have to sit for at least one turn in the reserves, and then it takes one turn to get them back. So just keep that in mind. It takes about 3 turns to move something from reserves and then get it back on the map. So just keep that in mind. All right. As we move around here, I'm not going to move any of these units if I can help it. I don't like this. Oh, we do have something that's snuck in here. How do we want to deal with that? Well, I don't really want to attack with any of these units. All right. We do have a Panzer division that was on the rail. Oh, 21st ID. Oh, good. Okay, we can transfer that back to the reserves. Off you go, my friend. We do have this Panzer that was on the train. I'm going to move him right here. Not on the train. He's going to come here and he's fresh off. Let's hit that with a hasty. Hey, there you go. 27-16. We did lose 11 tanks. I hate to do it, but we can't have a breakthrough and we can't have these guys surrounded. So their fort level right now is non-existent. Orsha does have a depot that did get some freight in. Let's look at the freight. It only got 212 tons, and we've got kind of no. I mean, well, we've got no fort level here. I think we've got to move back a hex. I mean, we can't have this get surrounded. Now this may eventually get them blown out, but they didn't have a fort level really here anyway. And I don't, this wasn't getting much freight through. So we're going to back him up one. This unit's not strong enough to be out here. He actually needs to go to reserves or at least sit over here and rebuild. Why does he only have 6 movement points? My gosh. He's got 8. Ugh. That's not good because we're going to get blown away there unless we do something different. Oh, wow. With 6 movement. Oh, I've got it on. Do I have it on defense? Yes, I do. Dummy. Uh, I'm calling myself a dummy. Um, he could get all the way down here. I think that's where we need him. Well, first of all, let's try to attack right here. I don't love it, but let's try it. Um, and let's do it with both. Now, he maybe wouldn't be able to get all the way over here. Whoops. He wouldn't be able to get over here after a deliberate attack, but maybe he can get here. I think it's more important to blow this thing out of here if we can. So let's try to do it. Nice. All righty. Michael Jackson moonwalked back. Lost 905. I'll take it. All right, can he move? No. Do I want him to? Probably not. Let's move this around here. Now, this is essentially not a fighting force anymore. I'm going to put him in Vitebsk. He's only got this one unit out here. This is a strong unit now, 17,000 men. Let's just take a whack at it. Hopefully, if we lost 179,000 men, I thought it was worth the risk. I was hoping he would actually just scout there, but he didn't. Um, I don't know. I'm not scared of this unit. I am scared of this. Is there anything else that makes sense to move around here? That looks dangerous. Oh, this is nice and strong. We've got a Panzer division. Wow. Okay. Huh. Do I break this up? Do I dare? This is how wars are won and lost. Um, 11, 5, 28. Okay. I'm not going to move any of these guys. They've been digging in. We're getting some fort level happening. 10, 6, 6. That's like 22,000 men. Now, this does not look that strong right here. But though again, those are famous last words. How many operational tanks does he actually have? Like 40, maybe close to 40. This unit really needs to be out of here. This is very strong. This is a unit that we just brought in here. As a matter of fact, what's his defensive level? Yeah, this is only showing a 9 on the. I say only a 9. That's pretty good for us at this point. Um, All right. I think that they'll break through if I don't come over here. So I'm just going to bring this Panzer division over here. We've got other stuff. I mean, if he breaks through here, we're in really, really, really bad shape. But he maybe would just be able to stick his nose through there. This is a really strong unit. Motorized Panzer, okay. I mean, they're broken up Panzer regiments. They're still fairly strong on the defense. They're in fort levels, so I'm just going to move that around here for a turn. I hope to move this down here. Oh, oh, I'm on defense again. Come on, scoot it back. There we go. All right. I don't love this out here, so I think this is how we're going to roll with the center right now. We got to knock this back. Once we knock this back, hopefully that makes the line like right here. We just can't have him getting to this main rail anywhere, right? It's got to come into Vitebsk, or our goose is cooked if it isn't already. I smell it's like Thanksgiving dinner, that goose right now. I want him to stay in that fort level, but I'm kind of tempted to move down here or something, but it's probably not wise. Let's hit this unit if we can with these two. Off he goes. So he routed 10,000 men. Or 10,000, 1,000, 1,000. That was hopeful, wishful thinking there. Um, all right. I actually think these infantry units are strong enough, and now they're at a level 3 fort, that I'm going to move some of these panzer regiments over here to help in other places. Um, I'm going to move him out here. Same situation here. It's like it's a full division. If they blow that out, we're in so much big trouble that it just kind of almost doesn't matter. Um, so I need more help down here, I think. This unit looks weak to me. I actually think I'm going to move Lair down here. I'm, if he breaks through here, it's not the end of the. There are worse places, but we can't let him take Brest-Litovsk. I mean, literally, we'd be back at the starting point. Um, is there anything else? Who is this guy? What are you doing, buddy? He can't move much. Let's put him back in Minsk for a turn. He got knocked, I think, a turn or two ago. Um, 10th motorized. Let's try to attack right here and knock these guys back if we can. All right, off the. Wow! 7,000 men. Man, the Soviets, it's just crazy. 7,000 men. All right, I don't think that makes sense. Does that make sense with the hasty attack? I don't think so. Romanians holding strong here. I mean, they're not moving, right? I mean, look how close he is to Brest-Litovsk. But I think they're getting to the edge of their logistical network. Um, eventually, hell, I don't know, move up here, and I'm not exactly sure where he'd be getting freight from. Um, it's actually an idea with one of these Italian units or something to come up here and break the rail. But I think I'm just going to leave him sitting there in his fort level. Now, this is a problem. Them getting to Rovno, this is a very used rail network for us right now. Now, I'm not going to say we don't have things behind it, but we need as much coming from the north up here down through Rovno and around as we can get. So this is a problem, but I don't know what to do about it. I could send one of these replacement light divisions up there, but I just don't even know if that's going to be enough. If I did it by rail, now I wanted to move those guys down here in the south because, I mean, we essentially have nothing here. But I almost wonder if by having nothing here, we don't attract the AI's attention. Uh, that's what I'm down to. It's like, don't stick up your head. It's a salient within a salient. Matt awoke. What's up, man? How are you doing? Good to see you. Okay. I think we really run a risk down here if I don't bring something up here. And so I think I'm going to bring it around to Rovno. So I'll bring this one into Rovno. It's the one unit I'll bring over here. Now again, his logistical network, how far does it go out here? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. If he gets to Rovno and he gets the rail running here, I guess it's kind of limitless. Um, there we go. All right. So maybe I just let him sit in Rovno. This unit's going to get blown away if I don't move him. Um, I could take him back into Rovno. Of course, I have the great Hungarian Mountain Brigade here. Who needs help? I'd like to double stack these guys somewhere, to be honest. But where? I don't know. In the light woods or on this road network. But he could still keep moving this way. Um, how far can he go? Okay, but then I open up all of this. Uh, I guess I'm gonna bring him like here on the road. What's the fort level here? 24%. It's not nothing, but it's not something either. I mean, let's put these two together and maybe they can hold this one lone Soviet division off. Let's hope. I've got 11th Army just kind of hanging out in this town. They're not getting any. They can't build a fort level for one thing, and they're not undercover. But and I'm not talking about being a spy. All right. This is that new 246th ID. Let's do a deliberate attack here and try to knock this mechanized unit out. Okay, so that was 1,500 men that, route. So that's helpful. Um, Hopefully they can hold Zytomir. I mean, I'm not going to move them. This is just not strong enough to really do anything. I'd love to run him over here and attack or something, to try to blast this off before it tries to get through us here. I could move this out, but they're building fort levels. It's at 48%. I think I'm just going to leave that be. Oh, I do have this motorized division that is sitting here. What is this? Fastov? 9. I'm afraid I'm going to need him over here. I'm just going to let him sit there for now. I'm going to wait till they actually threaten something and react to it then. If he starts to push through here, we'll get the motorized out or we'll move something out to try to deal with that. But I'm trying to let them sit where I can. I don't know if any of these make sense. I guess we could hit this amphib unit. These are, almost full strength. Well, one of them's a full strength division. The other one's 11,000 or 12,000. We have the motorized sitting here, 46th. All right, let's just try to smack this thing out of here. Nice. We lost 10 men. He lost 2,300. I like those odds. Now then, though, we need to hit this with these guys because he's tried to sneak through here. He routed. That's another 2,500 men. So we're just playing whack-a-mole around here, right? Trying to do what we can. Now, this unit, we need to get on the rail. And let's look at the rail system down here. We need to get them on the rail and get them to the reserves if we can. Logistics off. Ah, I didn't want the logistics off. Rail off. Rail off. There we go. I don't know. Let's see. Can we get him? Can we get him there? Can we get him to the reserves? Will he have enough? No. Okay. Well, next turn we'll send him off to the reserves. Let's turn the logistics off. We get it. It comes up here through Fastov, tries to get to Kiev. Vinitsa, Rovno. This is our big line. Tarnopol, Proskurov. It comes down this way. I mean, this is the main rail line, but this is also an important one to have a secondary one. All right, so we played whack-a-mole here. He's kind of gathering strength here. He's probably going to try to push through again next turn. These guys are trying to build fort level. We've got about 12,000 men in the German division. The Italians have about 8,800, so about 20,000 men in total. We do have this motorized here that we could move up here. I guess he doesn't. How close are they to level 2? They're only 6%. All right, I hate to do that, but Fastov's not technically a town, so he's actually better, or a city. He's actually better protected in that fort than he would be in Fastov. So that actually makes sense. Okay. I do have this cavalry unit. Come the spring, I don't know. We're going to send those Italian cavalry units up here to hopefully they know demolition, how to demolish rail. That is what it is. We've got 72 and wow, 2,900. Ouch. All right, we're going to send that back to reserves when we can. We brought this new division in. Let's do, we got a lot of different places we could put him because we've got a bunch of gap here because we've got a lot of units that got routed. Now we have two new divisions that came in, and it's a question of do you put one here or do you put one up here, put one here? I think I'm going to opt to put this one here because it's closest to Kiev. And then this unit, I really, really would love to keep Kirovograd or Kirovograd. Uh, is it possible? I don't know. We're going to try to make the impossible possible in this game. We'll see. Um, I could put this unit here, so either way that he tries to go, we've got some zone of control. Wow, That was the Soviet rail that just went by my house. I don't know if you could hear that because of the headphone dampening, but that train about made me whiz myself. Um, I think we can hold Kiev too. I think we're gonna hold Kiev. He starts to get in some real crazy logistical situations out here as well. I'm just trying to look at the silver lining, right? You let him expand so much that he's in a bad logistical shape. Um, I'm going to put that unit there. If he comes this way, I think we can deal with that easier than if he comes here at Karivograd. I'm also going to try to blow some of this stuff out of here. We'll see if we can do it. Right. This headquarters then has to move. These guys are going to the reserve, so we'll just bring them back here, and we'll put this routed unit there. Why are you guys complaining about the straightening of the line? I mean, I'm, I'm no geometrician. Is that a word? Geometrician. But I mean, that's fairly straight. I'm trying to get it straight where I can. That's fairly, we've got a gap here or a bulge here, but that's because I'm desperately trying to hold Kiev, and we have big fort levels here now. So it seems like a good place to try to hold. But I mean, hell, I don't know. That's fairly straight. Um, 4,400. Okay. 3,900. All right, these guys are all going to. Wait a minute. Let's undo that. Let's look at the rail again. Where could we get them into the reserves if we wanted to? I guess we could do it right there. That's not that far away. Maybe we'll try. I don't know. We're going to end up with half the damn army in the reserves. Wait a minute. Where was that again? Oh, it does go to there. All right. So that would be a next turn thing. 1, 2, and 3. Whoops, I didn't want to do the headquarters actually. I wanted to do that. Um, I've also got this routed unit. Oh my gosh, 816 men left. All right. Hell, we'd probably be worth it to just disband that, but we're gonna try to keep divisions, and I do understand why. There we go. Okay. Sixth Army's just out here in the middle of nowhere. I should probably put that. I don't think we can get it to Kiev. We could put it in Vinitsa. Would these guys be out? Well, I think it's this headquarter that would actually be out, but we're going to be dropping this back. For now, he's okay. He's okay. It's not great. This headquarters can just kind of stack. Let's get back on move. Um, they're all going to the reserves. Who is this headquarters? Oh, there we go. Okay, I see. Um, All right, I'll just stack him with 6 army. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, right? These guys, let's see, this motorized, I think I'll take a whack at something. Um, 8,800 men. He's got ammunition. That's always a key right now. Uh, let's hit the guys that just dropped in. Say hello. Ah, okay. We lost 29 men. He lost 21. Okay. Karivograd. I do have this fresh unit that just came in here. I'm gonna try to knock these guys back. I don't know. We've got them bottled up now. I'm just afraid he's gonna knock this unit out if I don't knock him out first. But I guess this unit could do that anyway. So I'm just gonna leave that be. I would love to move that mech unit though. It may be worth it so they can't attack him with like 5 or 4 divisions. I'm trying to be really picky where we attack. He's got 13,000 men. He doesn't have any supply, but he does have some bullets. You know what that means. Let's attack. We're even going to have the Hungarian armored go in there and see what happens. All right. I mean, we technically won that battle. I'll just leave it at that. These guys, now he's obviously got something that's pushed here. Let's actually go this way. we can start to try to cut off whatever he's got here. Viking, I really don't want him to move, but I don't want to open all this up either. These guys are very weak, though. Does it really matter? Not really. Um, let's take let's take all three of these actually and try to get rid of this cavalry unit. It should be fairly weak. Okay, yeah, off he goes. 2,000 men, 20 guns destroyed. Now then, we've kind of got whatever this is cut off, sort of. Let's just take the cavalry and move them around here. I mean, I don't have anything protecting. Oh, it's a mechanized unit. Okay. We don't know how strong. Let's double stack, triple stack. I can't even get to that to triple stack, but let's put those guys right there. And we've now, sort of, cut him off from any kind of freight. That's actually a fairly strong unit. I don't like the looks of that. How far can he go? Not far. Huh. Yeah, I don't have anything motorized in the area. Can't move any of those. I mean, these are the obvious choices, but I can't get the one down here. I guess I could get LAH closer down here. I don't know. Maybe once that he's cut off like this, he'll try to get back to his line. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to look at that one later. I don't want to sit here and just stare at it for half an hour. I guess the Slovaks could come out here and start helping with some of this stuff. They just can't get very far. 10th Pan or 13th Panzer. I mean, we're just trying to hold the line. We do not have essentially nothing here to block. Now we've got some zone of control, but certainly not enough. It's just a matter of where we want to go. I think we need to bring these Romanians that are secondary out here, but let's bring only the strongest we can for Romanians. 85, 93. This isn't good enough. 48, 96. We put these together. So let's take the one mountain group and put it there. All right. Let's take the two stronger units we have here. So ninth, he'll go there. He can go there. Ay. All right, that gives us a little zone of control there, and then I guess we'll shift 7,700 over. This is the really weak one. Oh, this has got 9,000. That's a little better. I mean, it's better than nothing. This unit, let's check out the rail. Maybe we'll try to send it back to. Oh, it's on the rail. All right. Let's Hey, I could merge him in with something. Are you guys really mad if I do that with Romanian troops? Uh, I'm gonna do it. All right. We'll see. Hopefully that holds. I don't know if it will. I probably don't even expect it to, but I hope it does. All right. So let's kind of back him up a little bit. We've got two Romanian formations that hold our fortune in their hands. That's always comforting. These guys have built up fairly well. I mean, relatively speaking. We've got this really strong Panzer division here now. I think that allows us to attack out with the infantry, even though he's only got 11% bullets, um, just to knock some things back. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. He's got a 1 fort level, though. We did lose 128 men. All right. We didn't use the Panzer, though, and I don't think he can take this straight up with that Panzer division sitting here. That being said, if he gets around us, it won't matter. All right. I think that's okay. I do want to move the rails down here and get Krivy Rogue hooked up. Beep, beep. Hook them up, boys. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then I've got this one here. Can we get there? It's going to be close. Probably take next turn. Ah, of course, one hex short. All right, we'll do that next time. These headquarters they probably need to scoot back now, if I'm being honest. But to where? I mean, if he busts through here, now he's got no freight, but he can go for a turn or two. If he busts through here, it would displace these guys, but is that the biggest deal? Not necessarily. I will move them out over here just for a turn, just on the off chance he busts through there. Uh, even if he takes Krivoy Rog for a turn, we can send mechanized down here, or we could send the motorized units down here, I think, and take it right back. But, we've got him cut off, sort of. Now, he may push into this hex. Speaking of which, since I didn't attack down there, should I try to attack there? Do I still have a deliberate attack left? Nope, it would be a hasty. I'm not going to do it. All right, so these stacks are starting to look a little better. I just have a feeling these guys are going to get blown out of here. I'm tempted to move some of 17th Army over here. These guys, 7,000, 5,800. It's not great. 50, 5,000, 5,000. Nothing there. All headquarters there, of course. 8,000 here. We've got this really strong Panzer division here. So I think I will move that one there. Do I have something else that's halfway operational? I've got that. Okay. Hmm. 5,800, 52, 51. That ain't gonna do it, but we'll stick them all just south of Z Town down here. That's probably not gonna hold, which is a big problem. Let's move this headquarters up there. That's 29th Corps. He's well in command here. Let's just scoot him back one. His Romanian units are actually down here. Oh, this is 3rd Romanian Army, right? Okay, let's move him back here. Not sure how he got all the way. I guess he must have gotten displaced because I don't have any clue why he'd be all the way up there. Their cavalry headquarters. You know what? These are his guys out here. Let's let him sit here. He's got everybody in command there. Sure. We'll move 48th motorized up. I was tempted to move the Panzer division here because he's not representing here. But if the minute I did that, I know he would come and attack Z-Town and just walk into it. All of these units I'm going to kind of leave the same. We do have these units coming in by rail. I think I was going to put him down here, but I don't want to draw his attention to here. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I really don't. I'm going to put these guys right up here. Sure. They can even get off the train. He can at least. Can he stack there? No. I kind of wish he could, but that's okay. If he breaks through here, at least we have something behind him. Then we've got this that's coming on the train. And we could put him there. We could put him here. For now, let's put him right there just because I don't have any clue what's going to happen up here this turn. I'm going to leave the Romanians to their own devices. Now, these guys have a lot of movement. They're fresh. We can bring them down here if we need to. I'm just kind of trying not to stick my head up. By bringing Panzer, even regiments down here, the AI goes, oh, let's go there. All right, if we go down into the Crimea, it's just building up. We're up to a 3 fort level, a 2 here. That all looks good. We've got some units that aren't mangled down here. We could even put some together into a division. And maybe we'll think about doing that. There's 1st 10th, 3rd 10th. second 10th. We could put that into a division. Will it make a big difference? Probably not, but it's something. Um, what the heck are you guys up to up here? Do, 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 do. I think that's going to do it for today. When we come back tomorrow, a big Friday, you know I'll be fired up on a Friday. Big Friday. What am I doing this weekend? I don't even know. Nothing that I'm aware of. Probably just playing this game. We may actually stream for quite a while on Saturday. Maybe do a couple of turns. I'm ready to be out of this winter. So the more turns we can do, the better. When we come back next time, I'm going to, well, I'm offline. I'm going to go check commands, check around the map, see if any Romanians activated, stuff like that. Uh, but anyway, I think that's it. I think that's it. I'll see you again tomorrow. I think that our retreat is starting to take on a little more form. Now, it may be kind of like a jello mold, but it's a form nonetheless. So, anyway, thank you guys so much. As I said earlier in the stream, thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. Hey, XTRG, thanks for dropping by. I always like it. We're going to have to play a game someday on our channels. That'll be a lot of fun. Let me learn to play the Soviets, and we'll tackle that one. That'll you can show me how to set up those depots on the Eastern Front with the Germans. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Have a good one.